Crank it up and take it to the streets. You know what you got to do. Crank it up and put it on the line. You know all it takes is you. Give it all you got. Take your best shot. That's the only way to be GGEGC. Crank it up. Crank it up. Business growing, you've been growing GTE for such a long time.
Long time.
The power's gonna go above and beyond in your lifetime. Got to thrill 'em, got to kill 'em, GTE, 'cause now's the right time. Crank it up. Crank it up and take it to the streets. You know what you got to do.
You got to
Crank it up and put it on the lines. You know all it takes is you.
all it takes is to
Give it all you got. Take your best shot. That's the only way to be GTEGC. Crank it up. Crank it up. Crank it out. Crank it up. Crank it up.
VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. At the end of the 20th century, a scientist saw a killer comet on its way. He filmed instructions for its destruction over a second-hand VHS tape, but then was hit by a Winnebago. So his assistants Nick and Joe must search every corner of his drone for a cassette that is only home. But in the meantime, they'll play the greatest hits they find. VCR Party Live. VCR Party Live. Melinda's.
Hello, Melinda.
Melinda's.
Welcome to VCR Party. It's Tuesday night. I'm Joe. That's Nick. There's George. There's no Steve. He's on a baby vacation. Instead, we have Caitlin McGurk. Welcome, Caitlin, to VCR Party.
Hi, it's great to be here with the big dogs. Yeah, this feels good. Thanks,
not
boys. I'm breaking in.
It's not
I
that
like it.
Saturday morning cartoon minor league stuff.
No,
here.
no,
This
no.
is the VCR Party.
The
This
night
is
show. Prime time, baby.
You're in the major leagues now.
Yeah, welcome aboard. So this is the show where we watch VHS tapes. We have 11,000 of them here in the office. We're trying to watch every single one of them. And I don't know. I think we're going to watch, 11 tonight? Well,
Yeah,
What do
quite
you
a
think?
few actually.
Yeah.
It's chock full. We got a ton to get to. Yeah.
I have this one that our buddy Dave sent us. This one. Can you put me on a solo here, Nick? Yeah, this is Arnie here. So I thought
Ooh,
this
I
was
like
nice
the look of Arnie a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
so
playing a
I-
hanger. That's
You know what? I
nice.
also like that it says it just says VHS down there.
Well,
Just
that way
like
you know what
VHS.
format it is. That's the
Yeah,
main thing.
exactly. And so here's the song list, and so you'll be hearing from Arnie pretty soon in the coming weeks.
Can't
Stay
wait.
tuned for that. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I have anything fun to show off. Oh, this is like a classic exercise video that we've had, but I think we've shown maybe like once or twice. But it's aerobicize. It's from like 1981, so it's like one of the OGs here. But it's hypnotic. I was rewatching it today, and I think I'm for the outro. I think we'll watch it. It kind of has that like Frank Zappa 200 Motels sort of trails of the motion trails itself. It's very cool, like graphical video effects from the early days. So
Sweet. I want to just show some boxes that we got in the mail. We still got to do our Foxy unboxing, Nick. There's more tapes. They keep showing up
Yeah.
every day. But this one came from Toronto. Kate did the box art here. And do you recognize that guy? You recognize him?
Oh, it's from the Sasquatch video, right?
Don Keating. Yeah, it's Don
Yeah.
Keating. It's from the Ohio Sasquatch video. And look, it's like on a TV and everything. There's all the flies that were all over him. Then look on this side, we got Blueberry.
Oh, Blueberry the Clown.
Yeah, look, it's like a TV. Like,
Golly,
Yeah.
wuzzes.
golly moises.
Golly,
Moises.
Loicious.
And then look at this one also. I feel like the mailman who delivers to us must always just be confused because then there's a lot of clown stuff actually. There's skateboarding. I can't read it. It's backwards.
Oh,
Skateboard
my.
service not against the law, but what I'm about to use in the studio certainly is.
Questionable taste, but
Yeah, I know. And then there's this collage on here, and so it gives the
Wow.
mailman something to read on his way here. So
Yeah.
So Nick, let's do a Foxy unboxing soon. I'm itching
We
to like
need
see
to
some of these
unbox
tapes.
all this amazing footage you've sent us. Yeah. As we mentioned, Steve, he's in Scotland. He's on a baby vacation with family, and he will be back. But we did pre-record his Jock Shams segment. I know people look forward to that, the theme and all his athlete commercials. So you're going to see us from last week later in the show with Steve. So
Yep. Now let's jump into a Found Footage Festival classic, but I added something to it. So it's a Found Footage Festival classic.
Okay, everything seems normal so
You
far.
caught me with my pants down, but no one sells carpet or waterbeds for less.
But it's also,
Oh, no.
Oh,
you know what this means, Caitlin?
of course I know what this means.
Okay,
And
you're
I was going to
familiar.
say, in Steve's absence, I will not tolerate any discussions of grown men drinking breast milk or otherwise. But I should have figured there'd be a filth corner in here anyway.
Yeah, I mean, this one it just lends itself perfectly. Nick, I did the math 10 years ago now, 1 decade ago now, we were working on a reality TV show. I believe they call it scripted reality, where you like script out the show. So it's reality, but it's scripted, so it's not really reality. It's kind of an oxymoron.
like Duck Dynasty, where it was all written word for word, but the guys delivered it like it was a reality show.
Yeah, so they wanted us to make the next Duck Dynasty, but this one was with snakes. And Nick, you lasted 2 weeks on the job, and then you
Yep.
quit. You
Yep.
couldn't take it anymore. I lasted the whole summer, and my job was story producer. I have no experience being a story producer. I don't know how to story produce a show about snakes, but I got hired somehow for this goddamn show. And of course, the show went belly up, probably because of me. But the thing that I did get out of this was I realized that all the participants in the show were really unhealthy. Like they were always hacking. Like I got all the raw footage. I had to watch all the raw footage and then put it together into like story form. And they were all just like hacking and gross. And
Well,
so
they're rattlesnake hunters living in Texas, rural Texas. So it's not like, they weren't exactly on the Mediterranean diet. You know what I mean?
no,
Like,
not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever the opposite of that is, that's what they were on. So I collected all the grossest moments from that. And brace yourself. There's a lot of hacking. There's a lot of spitting. Hacking and spitting. I think that's pretty much it. Here it is. The best parts from the snake show we worked on.
Yeah, he won't. I'll take the pretty girl.
kind of laugh. Like, right.
reality TV stars in the making.
And those aren't like just like regular old coughs. Those are like there's some phlegm to those. There's some there's like
Those
a
are medical
pack-
grade coughs.
Yeah, those are pack a day coughs right there.
Goodness gracious.
erotic.
Yeah.
They can stay there until I fight. When you first.
Oh, there was a snot rocket.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
not,
pickle eating too.
not just hacking and spitting. It's not just a two-trick pony.
No, there was a snot rocket, and there is a guy eating a pickle without any teeth. Yep.
Yeah.
Did you notice that he didn't have teeth?
Yes. Well, I did. Yeah. But...
I farted in my pants.
He said, "I farted in my pants."
I mean,
That's what he.
what are the options?
Yeah.
Why the qualifier?
I guess. Yeah, he's just being specific. He's just including the
Unusually
details.
specific.
Yeah, so that's
Oh,
the
boy.
10 years ago now, Nick, was that show, that failure
That
of a
seems
show.
like it was just yesterday. It really does.
Yeah.
That's fascinating to me that was 10 years ago.
Yep. So proudest
wow.
accomplishment right at the top of the resume.
Yep.
And,
And I think the main thing we learned is not just hacking and spitting. There's a lot more to that.
there's snot rockets and there's eating pickles without teeth.
Yes, sir. Yep, you got it.
Wait, Kayla, did you say you won't be answering any questions about breast milk related?
About grown men drinking breast milk? Yeah, no.
Okay. All right.
Not a popular line of questioning.
I didn't know if you said you would be or you
Oh,
wouldn't
no,
be.
no, no.
Okay, okay.
I'm here to say what Steve wouldn't. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Thank you, Caleb. There's our movie Chop and Steel. The one they made about us is playing Philadelphia. That's George's stomping grounds. You stop there often, right, George?
Frequently, when I'm an angry toddler.
Stopping. But yeah, we'll be there. Are you coming, George? You can if you want. It's
When is it?
Sunday at 7:30.
I can't,
Philomoka.
unfortunately.
Oh.
I'm
It's at Philomoka. Have you been to Philomoka before, Caitlin?
no,
or
I don't know.
George? Have you-
I don't believe I have.
It's like an old mausoleum or something, or mausoleum factory or something, or like a
That's
coffin
tight.
factory.
It's a coffin
or-
factory. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
I'll be there eventually.
We know what your visions will look like. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't like walk around there like leisurely on your time off.
I would lumber around it.
Okay, yeah, I could see you lumbering.
So-
Yeah, that's on Sunday. So we're going to be doing a
Yeah.
little performance afterwards too. So we'll be showing the movie, and then we'll do a 25-minute performance after that. So come out and say hi, and
Yeah,
see
and
the
then
movie.
like in a couple weeks at VHS Fest, that's the Mahoning Drive-In Theater, which is well worth the road trip. Caitlin, have you been out to the Mahoning before?
I have been at the Mahoning,
Yeah.
and you can camp there too. And I'm
Yes,
a
you
camper,
can.
so I've stayed overnight, and it's amazing. Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, like while you're watching movies, you hear like cows mooing. Like
Right.
the cows are like
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
So we're hosting there, and the star of Frankenhooker will be there as well, doing a Q&A. So
What-
that's exciting.
There's
Eddie
another
Cullen.
star there, right? Is
An
not.
even bigger star.
Yeah. Isn't
Oh, yeah, George, go ahead, reveal.
Mr. Nasty, Larry Pines, I believe, is making his first appearance since filming that 35 years ago. He was tracked down by the person who runs the fest, and they're
I thought
flying
you
him
had-
out.
You
Didn't
gave
you
him their
help
number,
facilitate
yeah.
that?
Yeah. I bring
so
people
credit.
together. That's what I do.
Mr. Nasty's handler.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about this later in the show. But August 19th, a lot of folks are making a pilgrimage out to our Volume 10 show that we're filming for our new Blu-ray and digital download show. We're debuting it in Brooklyn, right by our office. So there'll be an open house and a bunch more stuff. And Caitlin, you're coming out for that, right?
I will be there. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be there
I'm
to
stoked.
participate.
You know what? It sounds like it's going to be fairly big. It sounds like there's more people coming out here than I thought we're going to. So that's going to be super awesome. And
Yeah.
yeah.
In nice things, I'll show. I'll talk a little bit more about it. But yeah, it's going to be a big deal. So we're excited about that. Should we get into some celebrity bullshit?
Let's do it.
Oh, good. You added the Moyers version.
It bothered me. It bothered me that Bill Moyers wasn't in the last one. So yeah, I added the Moyers here.
Think of how Moyers' family felt when I left him out.
I know exactly. So this is a different celebrity bullshit than normal. I decided, we see like, we see Rodney Dangerfield talking about his heart conditions and stuff like that. But this time I want to do something a little bit different for this celebrity bullshit, because this is still technically celebrity bullshit. It's Dennis Swanberg, who's this Christian comic. We have about a dozen of his videos, and he always does celebrity impressions. He shoehorns in celebrity impressions every chance that he gets, even if it doesn't really make sense to the theme of the joke.
Right.
And you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Nick, I don't think you've ever seen this one. I pulled this one today, brand new. So
I'll always go for more Dennis Swanberg.
And then I was also going to say, like, it might be fun for you to guess the impressions, but he always says the impression of the person's name at the beginning. Just like, I always think about Muhammad Ali, and then he does the Muhammad Ali. So I can't really have that.
All right, this is problematic even in your description of it. So I'm looking forward to this.
That was just an example. So, all right, here we go. Here's Dennis Swanberg's celebrity bullshit.
Love you. Hey. Really, and when you think about family, and then I think about that old Johnny store, I mean, when you think about family, you just can't help but sort of think about Johnny store.
So this whole thing's about family. So he says, when you think about family, you can't help but think about Jimmy Stewart. I don't know.
He had a family.
Right. I mean, holiday movies,
Yeah. Okay.
So that's. Yeah.
He's not. Yeah, that's a good guess. He has more
he
to
can
say.
do an impression of him.
That's the main reason.
That's the main reason he thinks about it.
I love family. I'm gonna tell you, you can't beat family. If you have family and love your family, then all of a sudden you can do like Jimmy Stewart, and you can definitely say it's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. I think about Ross Perot. You ever thought about what Ross would think?
You ever think what Ross would think about family? Have you ever thought about that?
Is that what he said?
Is he thinking about Ross Perot as Jimmy Stewart right now? What's happening?
It's all the same impression. It's all, you'll see.
Now listen, I am all ears. One thing you need to do in your family is listen. Did you hear me? Listen, listen, listen.
Look at
I'm
that
all
confused
ears.
woman.
I wish my ears were bigger so I'd listen more. But anyhow,
Then you think there's like old Barney Fife, old Don Knotts. Now listen, I'm telling you, home, you can't beat the family. I love my little family. She's the cutest little thing you've ever seen. And I tell you what.
I didn't find it that funny.
See, the smile starts to go away, actually. It starts off as a
doing
smile.
His bit from the Andy Griffith Show.
It starts as a smile, but watch, it goes away.
You've ever seen. And I tell you what,
Yeah, I was thinking
family,
about
I
mass
love
shooting.
family.
Yeah.
And I try to tell people you got to take care of one another and love one another. I've tried to tell that to Ernest T. Bass.
Ernest P. Bass.
No.
Charlene, I love you, Charlene.
He's a nut. And I go on and I
See, I think he's losing the audience right now. He just
Too
did,
many impressions.
It did too many in a row. Like
And they're all slight variations of the same things.
exactly.
In my experience, church people do love the Andy Griffith Show, though. So he's in the right wheelhouse at least. But
They love Don Knotts, but when he went with Ernest T, I feel like that's too much of a deep cut. I think you lost the audience with the Ernest T impression. I don't want to tell him how to do it.
Should have skipped straight to Gomer Pyle.
Yes, exactly.
I like that
Charlene, I love you, Charlene.
he's a nut. And I go on and I think, oh, the family, and I think of, what about Ronald Reagan? California. Well,
Why do you think of him?
Yes. I'm going to tell you something, family is hard to beat. And never let the circle, be unbroken. Oh, but when it comes to family.
Got dressed up for the comedy show.
When it comes to family, I always just think of, let's say Barney Fife. I don't know. So, it's an
Are we not going to? Nick has to do his Ed Wynn impersonation.
No,
Anytime impersonations come up.
No.
Right.
I mean, when I think of family, I do think of Ed Wynn a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How so?
It's just the family unit is so important. That would be my Dennis Swanberg, but
he's still got it.
But here's what I was thinking about this. So, like when I was in middle school, I went to a camp and they had a talent show, and I did impressions for the talent show until I my world came crashing down that I wasn't actually good at impressions a year later at the talent show. But
And
this-
you learned about shame around then, right?
yeah, well,
Like
yeah,
an
and
embarrassment
also went
and
through
shame?
puberty around that same in between the first and second year of this camp. But the first year I went and did impressions and killed, just absolutely slayed a room of 2,000 people. And what I realized is kids were not used to seeing other kids doing comedy, so it was the easiest audience in the world. And in church, you're also not used to having anyone be slightly funny. So if somebody's doing the worst material in the world, you're still like, well, it's better than getting lectured. It's better than the homily. So this is, so I think they, like, whenever we see religious comedians, that lesson comes to mind is you have a captive audience of people that, they're not expecting, if they go to a comedy club, this guy would die on stage. But the fact that they're in church, okay.
So
But
you
why don't
killed.
they do impersonations of religious characters? That would be much funnier. I think it's like the way Joseph of Arimathea would say, "Where's the family?" Or whatever. You wouldn't know if they were good or bad because we don't know what they sounded like.
So Nick, you really shined with inexperienced audiences. Like with
Yes.
audiences
Oh,
that were
yeah.
not experienced, that's where you
Killed,
really
absolutely destroyed. But
yeah.
same with us though. Like when we do our live shows, we've played comedy clubs, and I don't like doing it because people are there like, bring on the bully jokes. I
Yeah.
want you to do crowd work and make fun of my wife's sweater. That's what they want, and we're not that.
And also we have played, like, we do a lot of college shows, but sometimes we'll do like technical college shows up in like rural, I don't know, Michigan or somewhere, where like for some we call them ambush shows because we just kind of show up at their lunchtime when they're just like expecting to have a sandwich, but then it's like, oh, here's some comedy, and then we kind of like spring this show on them, and everybody's just kind of confused and they forget to clap. Not that we expect them to clap. We blame ourselves on these shows.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
we're ambushing
absolutely.
them.
Right.
They hired us, but then we show up. They're just like, we're just trying to eat lunch here.
I'm with them. Just enjoy your lunch.
Exactly.
Forget about our
Exactly.
bullshit.
Exactly. So
All right. I don't know what the
There's
lesson
gonna be-
is there.
there's going to be plenty more Swanberg. That's the
Oh,
lesson
good.
here.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Yep.
get into flying windows. I'm excited about these because, a lot of times people will send us, Memphis wrestling commercials and, footage from early wrestling. And for some reason, the WWE owns everything and immediately shuts down our feed when there's something WWE. But this one it comes from VHS, but it's on other places online. So I think we're in the clear here for All-Star Championship Wrestling from Florida.
Oh,
This was
boy.
sent in
You're
by...
playing with fire here.
I know, but I did thorough vetting of this one, so hoping
The
for
show
the
could
best.
turn off immediately right after this. So
I even asked, son of Wambo. We all remember Wambo from... This was when we were doing Quarantine Classics. A viewer sent in a
yeah.
photo of his dad at medieval times wearing a Wambo T-shirt, like Rambo, but with Elmer Fudd.
That's right.
And he was the son of Wambo. So
Yeah, Wambo Jr. Yeah.
Son of Wambo sent in these flying windows from All-Star Championship Wrestling with some great wrestlers I'd never heard of.
All right.
Les Freeman, Kid Natural.
Kid Natural.
Bobo Brazil Jr.
Bobo Brazil Jr.
It's Joey Jojo Shabadoo Jr. I mean,
Bobo Brazil Jr. His dad is also named Bobo Brazil.
son of Bobo Brazil.
Pat Rose. The Dirty White Boy. Honey Boy Tom Blanton.
Honey Boy
Huggy
Tom
Bear
Blanton.
Brown with Mr. Mike. Porkchop Cash. Mike the California.
Porkchop Cash is a two-word phrase challenge that we forget at one of those ambush shows, actually.
Oh, boy.
Father of the son of Porkchop Cash.
Porkchop Cash Jr.
Hippie Boyette. And your referee this week, Phil Phillips. We'll be
Phil
back
Phillips.
with these commercial words for that information.
Phil Phillips had the expression that the guy did at the Dennis Swanberg concert. Where he
What was the boring name in there? It was like Pat Rose or something like that? Like,
yeah. Then you got the Dirty White Boy. I mean, come on. Like, but there
Pat
were,
Rose-
there were always those good guys who were like the ones who would always get easily defeated. You know, like-
Like SD Special Delivery Jones, I think, was a frequently defeated WWF guy.
Yeah.
Right.
It was like Doug Tiger or something. Like,
Yeah.
Doug Tiger. You know.
Sleeping Lenny Poffo would occasionally. I saw him get beat by, I don't know, Junkyard Dog or somebody live one time.
Were you
Sleeping
guys
Lenny-
big wrestling people? Were you guys wrestling kids?
Leaping Lenny was like, I think that's Randy Macho Man Savage's brother, isn't it? Leaping Lenny.
I think so.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so he wasn't like a total scrub, but yeah,
Caitlin,
they always had.
I happen to know you're a big Bushwhackers fan.
Huge Bushwhackers fan, yeah, and yes, rest in peace to Bushwhacker Butch, who passed away not long ago. But yeah, early crushes of mine, both of them, simultaneously, extremely confusing. but
Australians.
yeah, I don't know why, but it did it for me.
I was at a God. I should have sent you. I'll send you this picture. But I was at a film festival last week in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and we went to this pizza place. And on the wall, it had the pizza shop owner with a faded photo of him with the Bushwhackers.
The Bushwhackers.
Yeah, it was just like this faded like sun. Like you couldn't even see it hardly. It was like barely even there. But
I got
should
to
have
meet
stole it for you.
Bushwhacker Luke a few years ago, and it was unexpected. He was at this toy show I was at, and I wasn't expecting him to see him there, and I completely lost my mind and spent like 2 hours avoiding that corner of the convention hall because I was so nervous to go over to him. So it was a pretty big deal when I finally got the guts up and went over and may have teared up a little. I'm not big into wrestling, by the way, either. It's just like a childhood thing. But
just
yeah.
the Bushwhackers. So you just turn on WWE, and then you saw them, and then you're like, oh, I'm in love.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I respect the hell out of that. Hey, should we get into some raviolis? I got Speaking of funny names, I have some fun raviolis that have to do with funny names. So why don't we get into some raviolis?
Okay.
Come on, let's see your raviolis. Show us 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 your raviolis.
All right, so we're live. Is anybody moderating the chat? Any funny lines?
George, you
so
see
far?
anything?
Yeah, a lot of people complain about Nick's mic.
Yeah.
I'm
was
sorry.
complaining about it too.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I plugged it in and unplugged it. And
Have you jiggled it? Have you tried jiggling it?
I can try it again. I don't know.
No.
I don't think it's that bad.
right.
People,
I think it's terrible. It's driving me nuts. But, yeah.
People like Porkchop Cash. That's all I've been able to tell from the chat. So
that's all we need to know. Let me start off with mine since we have this momentum of funny names going.
Okay.
So for my ravioli today, I was gonna do home movies because we started importing a bunch of home movies on Rewindo. We're gonna start uploading just so many of our home movies. We're digitizing all of them, and we're going to upload all of them. Then we're also going to work on a project where we're going to take all the home movies and make one long home movie, like a 70-minute home movie with all of the home movies. So it's going to be the ultimate home movie. And so that's a summer project. So I included that in here, just a quick scene from that, a bunch of works in progress. Then I found like this intermission sign from like this cruise ship comedian. And then I found some funny names. I want to get the funny name montage started. So let's start with the home movie stuff. Bunch of works in progress here. This is a home movie from this guy named Eric, and this is like somebody's birthday party. And I just like this one quick scene.
I'm down as his personal secretary.
They both have oral fixations, right?
That's my favorite part. Is that they both have. I do think that kid, wherever that kid is, that kid's probably like our age now. Do you think that kid has ever tried a cigarette before?
I got that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I just noticed a cigarette in the foreground too.
Mm-hmm.
You see on the right?
The kid just dropped it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the Smokersons. It's the Eric Smokersons video. So expect that on Rewindo soon. Then next up, I have this intermission that I got really excited about. I don't know if anybody else would care about this, but this was like,
ooh,
yeah,
I
kind of like that. Yeah, I think it's pretty great. And then the last thing we're gonna see is the start of the funny name montage.
Hi, I'm George Harrison. I've been watching birds since I was a child.
Hello, I'm Steve Martin, and this is Pogo. Here's a normal feces. Now, this green part, that's a feces, and this white runny part is the urine. It's when this green part starts getting all runny, like that urine, just like this. I stir it up. That's diarrhea. Okay.
I'm George Harrison wishing you happy backyard birding.
Something in the way he birds.
Here comes the birds.
No filth warning.
Yeah, double filth corner.
Oh,
Unfair.
no, that's nature. That's nature, though. So that's fine.
What isn't nature?
Yeah, you might get away with that when Steve's here, but not when Caitlin's in town. She's not putting up with it. No.
All right, so that's the start of the funny name montage. I'm going to keep adding to those like I do with the George's Deathbed Visions, and then finally we'll have just like a bunch of funny names together in one montage. Oh,
I want to die to funny names from now on. I don't want to see weird shit. I want to see hilarious names as I enter the void.
No.
All right.
Okay, all right.
Only
We'll
Joe can decide what your visions will be.
Yeah, exactly.
My contract.
You stay out of this, George. These are my visions for you.
Let me show you a weird high concept video. This is, Ernest put out a ton of videos. He had his own production company, but have you seen Win $10,000? This is called Hey Vern, Win $10,000. So in this one, it was a compilation of his. It's 56 minutes of, Jim Varney's commercials as the Ernest character. Do we need to explain who the Ernest character is? Does everybody remember?
Oh, very much so. I had an Ernest birthday party movie marathon that I was the only person who stayed up for at my birthday party.
Well,
wow.
No need for a backstory in that corner.
Big fan.
Wow.
Yeah, I cried during Ernest Goes to Camp. I was a fan myself.
Yeah.
Caitlin, what did you start this movie marathon off with? What did you kick it off with?
It might have been Ernest Scared Stupid. I don't remember. But all I remember is that like halfway through the first one, all the other girls were asleep. It was a sleepover party. And I just stayed up late into the night. I think my mom stayed up with me to watch them. But, I had a great time. So.
All right, I guess I'll watch Ernest Goes to Africa with you, hon. It's 1 a.m., but here we are.
Oh, boy.
Well,
boy,
yeah.
oh, boy.
So this was a high concept one. He was an advertising legend. Was this like always? You were the point of view. You were Vern, right? Then he would get his hand caught in windows. He would come up to the windowsill. He had several TV shows, of course, the movies. But yeah. So this is where you could win 10 grand, and watch carefully. Maybe you could still enter and win.
2020, 2030. Hey, Vern, win $10,000. It's all part of my new Smash video called, ironically, Win $10,000. Yes, Vern, it's got commercials, bloopers, special surprises, and a behind-the-scenes look at me, Ernest P. Know what I mean? So, Vern, check out my new video and win $10,000. Either way, Vern, you can count on having great fun. Know what I mean? 2020. Okay, Vern. Let me explain this $10,000 thing in such a way that even you can understand it. To begin, all you have to do is watch this video from beginning to end, from fuzz to fuzz, and count the number of times you either hear or see the word Vern, plus the number of times you either hear or see the word know what I mean. Know what I mean? Step B. Write your answer on a postcard with your real name, address, and phone number, and send it to me. But we must have your entry before April 1st, 1988. In the rare case there is more than one correct answer, there will be a random drawing to determine the winner. Okay, Vern, sit back and relax and have some fun. You can count on.
Remember the Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead sweepstakes?
Yes.
I feel like
I
this
think
was,
about that all the time.
Yeah, and I feel like this was the same thing where it's like everybody got it, I'm sure. But then they just would like randomly draw a name, I think, and they would win something, or share the prize. I don't know how it worked, but
yeah, I remember that one was really confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one you have to, anytime Ernest appears on screen, or no, anytime the word Vern appears on screen, or he says it, or he says, or you, I don't know.
Or he says the word, know what I mean.
Know what I mean, yes.
Right.
But it's an excuse to get you to watch these commercials carefully, because that's all this is.
Know what I mean? Fuzz to fuzz, remember? Yeah, Vern, just goes to show you, you don't have to have a pretty face to make it in showbiz. Okay, let's see, Vern. I've got this many Verns and this many know what I means. Or is it this many know what it means and this many Verns? Oh, well. Hit that rewind button again. How about it? Now we're ready. Well, what? Vern. Don't any news from the real world make it up to your tub? Mellow Yellow tastes better than Mountain Dew. See them boys at Mellow Yellow put in an extra little splash of juice, and it's better than ever. Read my lips through the steam, Vern. Mellow Yellow beats Mountain Dew. Okay, Vern, you're gonna have to be quick on this one, okay? Vern. What about that, Vern? Hey there, Vern. Ernest P is back with the HBO and the Cinemax rack. Get movies, specials, sports shows too at one low price. All you got to do is pick up the phone and call today. Get all the rack connections now. Don't delay. This Cablevision is the one to see. You'd have done it yesterday if you were me. So put Cablevision up on your screen. Call them today. Know what I mean? Hey, Vern, win $10,000. Big fun and big bucks with my new video. Win $10,000.
56
mucho
minutes.
dinero, comprendo? Chill out. Good night, Vern.
All right.
Actual fuzz.
That's it. So that was win $10,000. I don't know what happened to the contest. I don't know if anybody won.
I was going to say, George, you got to look that up. You got to find out. Like,
All right.
get on that. You haven't done a what is it called? Uninteresting mysteries.
Well,
Is that what it is?
the thing is, this sounds like a very interesting mystery to me.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
So maybe I'll do a new corner. Fascinating mysteries. Joe's Fascinating Mysteries by George.
I could never. Go ahead, Nick.
I was gonna say the time I cried was when he's saying, "Sure, I'm glad it's raining," when he was lonely in the.
Is this for
camp.
real?
Yes.
You really cried?
I believe
Yes.
that. Yeah.
He sang a very heartfelt song because he was being bullied by the other campers.
Were your family members around you while you were crying, or were you watching it by yourself?
Probably by myself. Yeah.
Oh, that's even sadder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not, yeah.
Nick, do you remember we were at a film festival, I think in Nashville, and we met the writer of the Vern movies, and very down to earth, just normal dude. Like, and we got a bunch of pictures taken with him, and we hung out with him the entire night. So, not to name drop, even though I don't remember what his name was, but
You'd think a guy who wrote the Ernest movie would be some big shot, model on each arm, but no, he was just really down to earth.
normal guy like you and me. While we were watching that, I was thinking of other videos where it's like you can win money by watching this video, and this one's right here by my desk. This can you win $20,000 cash prize. So open immediately. So I don't know. I should digitize this. Maybe there's a montage in this, with all these win money VHS tapes. Yeah.
We should have called our show "Dated Material Open Immediately." That's what it would have done instead of VCR party. Yeah, there was also $1 Million Mystery came out, or $1 Million Movie. It was like a movie that you'd watch, and they secretly buried the money in some location that you could follow the clues for.
There were a couple like Z Morning Zoo videos too that said like, win the cash prize if you solve the mystery of the Z Morning Zoo or something. I know we have a bunch here, so we should.
Could be a montage. Yeah,
definitely. I want to show this one. So my buddy Corey found this one on a VHS tape. He's a librarian, so he comes across a lot of VHS tapes in his job, and I think they were getting rid of all their VHS tapes, and he was just popping them in and seeing if there's anything good. And he said this was on a VHS tape that documented a celebration at the Mary Jacobs Library in Rocky Hill, and at the end there was Clownfest 89 sponsored ad that the VHS people just put at the end. And so like it was an ad for something that was just like a one-time only thing, and they put it at the end of this VHS tape, like you had it's dated material.
Right.
Like,
Open
so you
immediately.
have to open that immediately. So here's the promo for Clownfest 89.
We'll be right back. But first, here's a preview of an exciting event coming up in September in New Jersey.
Clowns, 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 and still more clowns. There'll be over 300 of them. That's right. Count them. Over 300 zany guys and gals will be clowning around on the boardwalk in Seaside Heights, New Jersey, September 15th, 16th, and 17th at Clown Fest 89. Yes, sir. Seaside Heights is playing host to clowns from all over the world, as well as vendors who will be selling clown shoes, costumes, props, wigs, makeup, balloons, and if that's not enough, we'll have seminars and classes on makeup, ballooning, the biz, magic, ventriloquism, puppetry, basic clowning, and of course, much, much more. If you're into clowns, ever dreamt of being one, or if you're already one, Seaside Heights is the place to be. Come on out and meet Vapo, Derby, Dipsy, Mr. Giggles, Choppers, Spike the Wonder Chicken, and all the rest of the gang at the 8th National Clown Festival on the Boardwalk in Seaside Heights, New Jersey, September 15th, 16th, and 17th.
Wow.
Yeah, you would have gone to that for sure, wouldn't you?
If I had a time machine and could go anytime, any place, it would be Seaside Heights, 1989,
to
September.
Clown Fest,
19,
Clown
yeah.
Fest 89.
To meet Spike the Wonder Chicken?
Yes.
Maybe a duck, actually? I'm not sure.
More funny names. There's so many funny names in this. I still think Porkchop Cash is the number one name, but we've heard a lot of funny names on the show so far.
But how popular do you think the vending booth that sold clown shoes was? I feel like it was just some guy kind of sitting there at the boardwalk.
I don't know. I think they were flying off the shelf. I
At
thought
the
he was like
beach?
size 11. Okay,
You know
hold
how
on.
much
man.
sand
Let
you
me
could
go
get in
back.
those?
Yeah.
Bad combination. All right, let me get into. Since Caitlin was on, I thought I would show this. This is maybe you know more about this than I do, but it was, there was the classic. It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown special. There's the Christmas special, of course, but then then there were like the Disco Beagle ones and some of the more forgettable ones. This one, it's the Girl in the Red Truck Charlie Brown.
Wow.
So it's kind of a sexy, looks like sort of a soap opera Hallmark movie actress in a red truck. But then Charlie Brown isn't there, but Spike, not Spike the Wonder Chicken, but Spike, Snoopy's cousin from
Love
Arizona,
Spike.
is over here. Do you
This
know
film
about
is Shrink?
No, it's
okay.
Yeah, but it's got like the plastic protector on it. So
Gotcha.
yeah. So I guess this is a fairly rare special, but I think Charles Schultz, this is kind of his. Like, he was very involved in this, to my understanding.
He was really involved in like the first ones, the main ones that were on TV that all came out like in a short succession, like the holiday ones. But then there were like, I think over 40 other specials. And I don't know how involved he was. I mean, he was involved, but maybe not actually doing much of the animation himself or anything. So
It's the Iran-Contra scandal, Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Nervous to see what the relationship is between Spike and the woman in the
Well,
red truck.
I'm just going to play part of this, but it's so perplexing. I watched the whole thing.
Today, something wonderful happened to me, which is why I am writing. There was this girl, see, and she was driving a red truck.
Well, they do some Roger Rabbit stuff here.
Yeah.
And as she went by, I waved to her, and she waved back.
Look, I got you an audition. You said you wanted to work. This is your chance. George has practically guaranteed me you get the job.
Sorry. Can't you just phone him back?
It's freezing up on me.
Yeah, same.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you're not seeing Spike there in the awkward shoulder rub at all?
No.
I see the awkward shoulder rub, but yeah.
I
it's
see that
breaking up.
too. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Can't you just phone him back and tell him I can't make it?
Is it still choppy?
Are you kidding? You're going to pass this up for an aerobic?
Looks better
No,
now.
it's better, but I don't
one
see
class.
Spike. There's
Oh, there he
Spike.
is.
Well, what
Okay.
if I get the part? Then what? Jeff, if I leave now, I'm going to have to quit my job. And there's
Who's
a
this
lot
for?
of people I care about. I'm important to them.
I mean, me, but...
Taking a part like this in a movie means having to say goodbye to them, and
It's not for kids.
I'm not ready to do that
Kids
right
would be
now.
bored.
Jan, do you really want to spend the rest of your life
Spike
out here
looks
in the
bored.
desert teaching aerobics?
Do you really want to spend the rest of your life out in the desert teaching
It's the
aerobics?
aerobics that are keeping me here, Jeff. You know that.
I suppose.
Can you
I
imagine?
told Molly we'd go skating with her tonight. That's all right, isn't it?
Sure, Jen.
Now we're talking.
Look out, Roger Rabbit.
I knew Snoopy could roller skate. I didn't know Spike could.
So cute.
Yes.
It's adorable. I still don't understand why was Spike in their house. Like, what's their relationship?
Were they trying to make Spike a star with this one? I always liked
Maybe
Spike.
that was it. Yeah, maybe this was like where his spin-off special, because Snoopy and Charlie Brown are at the beginning, but they're reading a letter from Spike, so this is kind of his moment to shine with the girl in the red truck for some reason. Yeah.
Caitlin, I want to get your take on Charles Schultz. There's like merchandising, and then there, like in licensing your comic strip out, but then there's also like Bill Watterson, who didn't do any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Charles Schultz did too much of it? Do you think that he did he say no to anything? What's your take?
Okay, so I will say this because I have friends who work for Peanuts Inc. or whatever, at the company and in licensing, and they get constant requests from all over the world to put Snoopy on various products, including like dildos and stuff. No joke. And so, and they do say no. So I know that they do turn some stuff down. But overall, I mean, I don't know. Who are we to judge, right? Like he made a lot of money. He donated a lot of money. He was a great philanthropist. In fact, I two of my jobs have partially been because of the Peanuts family's generosity to cartoon museums that I have worked for. So
all right.
Yeah. So I'm for it. It's fine. And Bill Watterson is really extreme on the other side, obviously.
Exactly. Like I would love to own some sort of Calvin and Hobbes thing, but you can't, except for the sticker of him peeing on something. For some reason, Bill Watterson.
Yeah, he was all for that. I don't know.
He was cool with that. It's selling like gas stations. Yeah. It's weird. All right. Is that it for raviolis?
I think so. I do want to mention, though, in terms of licensing, we do have VCR Party brand fleshlights that are on store.foundfootagefest.com.
Yep.
So we have no limits about what we will sell. So
promo code Porkchop Cash.
Yep,
So,
exactly.
All caps.
The word cash or the $sign?
The $sign cash. Yeah, I should have said that. Thank you.
Can I tell you something? Something that just popped into my mind is,
of course,
perverse and Peanuts related, which I think you'll appreciate. Remember
Don't
when
ruin your career.
Sorry, people would fax each other like chain mail, like chain letters, and like goofy limericks and stuff like that.
Before memes,
yeah. My partner's father had one like in his dresser that my partner found when he was young, called "Good Old Linus Vaginus," and it was like a scanned and faxed, almost a Tijuana Bible of the chainmail age.
Whoa!
Yeah, right. For like men in their offices to get a chocolate.
So it's like Charlie Brown with the boner and stuff like that.
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
It was all dirty. It was all dirty peanut stuff.
It was all dirty peanuts. Yeah, Linus Vaginus.
I want to see. Did you make a copy of it? Do you have a?
I think it's lost to time, sadly.
Let the Googling begin.
Right. It's a collector's item.
George, get on that too.
Your partner, Caitlin, who are you selling out to this week? Caitlin?
Right. Yes. So I'm supporting Melinda who lives with us, which is my partner Eric's Instagram account, A Video Store Near You, helping you decide what to rent in the 80s and 90s. Eric collects like magazines that were sent to video stores exclusively to help them, make their orders, and posts on this account like various ads from them and other random things, covers, things like that. So you can follow it at A Video Store Near You on Instagram.
And I think on an upcoming, or maybe it was last week's Saturday Morning Cartoon, your mug was this is a spoiler alert if it hasn't been played yet, but In the Line of Fire coffee mug.
Right.
From the movie In the Line of Fire. They made a coffee mug.
For video stores to order more copies of In the Line of Fire.
So that's from his collection. So I assume that's on the Instagram page there.
Yeah, former Blockbuster store manager. So I feel like we're going to always live with a lot of this stuff. So
he's a lover of nice things, clearly.
Right. Fine taste.
All right, shall we get into some cyber videos? You want to? Yeah. All right. What do you got, Nick? What do you got?
This is a late-breaking thing. So in 1992, Sega had like, I'm a Sega loyalist from the beginning, and they had a Michael Jackson video game called Moonwalker, and then he just loved Sega. He had something to do with Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and so when they were making like an interactive game, kind of like Star Tours from, it was like a ride that you would get in, where you'd kind of be in a little theater that would move around, and so they did this game. It was called Sega Scramble, and I guess this never materialized or was short-lived. But somebody recently, at an estate sale in England, found the raw footage of, I guess, his parts, or what they were using for this VR thing. And I guess my observation, whatever you think of Michael Jackson, is that this is like, the commander of a Starfleet in your ear. That's the conceit of it. Somebody with a lot of gravitas. I just think it might have not been a part that was made for Michael Jackson.
You're saying like a general, like a Patton, like get in here, troop.
Yeah, like an Arlie Ermy kind of barking orders at you. No,
chomping on a cigar.
Yes.
Yeah. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. That kind of. Yeah.
That's what I would think of. But it reads a different way. So this is newly discovered. I think this just was discovered today or online anyway. So hot off the presses.
Welcome everyone to Scramble Training. I am your flight officer commanding the A shuttle. I am Commander Jackson. By completing this training successfully, you will be qualified for the space pilot's license. Please hold firmly to the handles in front of you. AS1, commence loading sequence. Before you is our trainee orbiter, the A shuttle. We will load you on the bow section of the shuttle for a space flight training. What? All engines, emergency shutdown. Engage air brakes. We're not going to make it. Watch out! Auxiliary engines to full boost. Pull up! Pull up! Look out! Saber 2 is down. Dang! I'm gonna get you. This is A shuttle. I'll take them out. Mayday! Mayday! I'm hit! I have been hit! Mission controls, my controls have been damaged. Damage is severe. You have the con. You take control, it's all yours. Remember, our fate is in your hands.
You have the con? I don't know what that meant.
Nobody said you have the con?
That's what I heard. I don't know.
That is what I heard as well.
Yeah. So yeah, that was your Starfleet commander trying to get you out of a hairy situation there.
That dude had the weirdest career of anybody. I mean, he was doing. Yeah, he was the Starfleet command. Like, yeah, it didn't seem like his heart was in that either. It was like, right.
I've been hit.
Look out! I've been hit. Yeah, it was. It was not. He wasn't maybe a born actor, but anyway, that's a cyber video hot off the presses. Caitlin has a fun one. Can we show Caitlin's?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So tell me what you sent to us.
So yeah, I sent an interview to you that was done with me for live local television, maybe 10 years ago, 9 or 10 years ago, by a very, very strange guy who no longer does reporting in Columbus, who is kind of all over the place. I mean, you'll see. I don't need to say much, but he's interviewing me at the Billy Ireland in our galleries shortly after we had just had our grand opening, and has a wide variety of questions about the place, questions about comics, and complete misinterpretations of many titles of comic strips as well. So,
I'm excited about this. I've never seen this.
And his name is Turtle. I hadn't seen this either, but yeah, this is not from Entourage.
Dana Turtle, yeah.
Different Turtle.
Did you know that there is a really, really cool cartoon museum on campus? Dana Turtle's checking it out this morning. And so what are you looking at now, Dana?
Well, we're moving on to the actual museum now, and it's called what's the name of it again, Caitlin?
The Billy Ireland Cartoon Library and Museum.
All right, very cool. Now, what is this right here that we're looking at? Because when you walk into this museum here,
What's the name of
it's
it
very
again?
impressive. It's very cool. What exactly is going on here? Is this where they make cartoons? So, like right there, there's a Beetle and Bailey. How cool is that?
Yeah, Beetle Bailey. This is Bone by Jeff Smith.
Is he
a
drunk?
wonderful Columbus.
It better not be. It's 6 in the morning, right?
He was doing something else because we had to meet at like 5 a.m. and he was very wired. So
Oh, he was like way too awake. Do you think maybe he stayed up overnight and like
Sure.
maybe, yeah,
yeah, I think he stayed up real late.
Beetle,
Yeah.
Beetle and Bailey. They
Yeah.
got both Beetle and Bailey on
Right.
this one. Okay.
How cool is that?
Yeah, Beetle Bailey. This is Bone by Jeff Smith, a wonderful Columbus cartoonist and a good friend of our library.
Okay, yeah, I've never heard of Bone. Where's all the Calvin and Hobbes stuff? Is that here? That's why I wanted to bring that up, because I wanted to point out, see, I do the weather on ABC6 every morning.
Yeah.
Are you up that early?
No, I'm not.
And I like this one over here, well, because my last name is Turtle, but this is a turtle right here. I've never heard of Pogo, though.
Pogo is a very big deal and another early donation to our library. It was done by Walt Kelly. It was a very philosophical, funny animal comic and also introduced metacomics, which you can see here is the use of sort of breaking the fourth wall. They're playing with the layout of the comic itself.
All right, we're out of time. Thank you so much, Caitlin, for hanging out.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so come and check out the Cartoon Museum.
I love how much he learned today.
Wait, back up. Come and check out the Cartoon Museum.
Oh, what's the name of it again? And then the people back in the studio aren't any better, really. I like this guy at the end. His patter is equally.
What do you do? They're the stupidest people on the planet.
They're awful. And also even when they listed this online on their site, our name is the National Cartoon Museum on the YouTube video. So, and this went on, there's a full like 9 minutes of this. And yeah, it's pretty
I want to watch the
so.
whole thing.
I like that you said something very insightful. And he goes, "Okay, we're out of time."
Right. Yeah.
And also, you never heard of like Pogo or Walt Kelly, which I don't know. Like maybe that's not as mainstream now, but like it seems like he should do a little research.
Well, and also like there's not a lot of famous people from or currently living in Columbus, Ohio, but Jeff Smith, the creator of Bone, one of the best-selling graphic novels of all time, lives here, and like this guy has probably been on, had him on before in other days. So it was pretty.
Never heard of Boone. All right, here's the closing back in the studio.
All right, so come and check out the Cartoon Museum.
I love me some Opus.
I love how much he learned today.
Opus and Bill.
Opus and
They
Bill.
kind of rock your
Yeah.
world. All right, thanks, Dana.
I love me some Opus. Opus and Bill, they kind of rock your world.
I think
Thanks,
he was
Dana.
thinking of Billy and the Boingers, the band featuring Bill the Cat and Opus.
Playing his tongue, of course.
Yeah.
That guy looked really sweaty too. Like he looked like he was like he was glistening.
Yeah, and he was like vibrating the entire time that we were there. It was intense. Yeah.
I have theories.
Yeah.
So is he still there? Is he still at the station?
No.
Okay.
Long
He's
gone.
not
No
there.
trace
Oh.
of him. I'm not sure where he is now. Yeah.
Let's get to George's side of the video, then we'll play Steve's from last week.
Well, last week I showed some commercials from the Weekly World News, and that was a completely out there tabloid. But there was one of its competitors was the National Enquirer, which was more reality based. They would have celebrity gossip, and occasionally they broke real stories. Like they were the ones who in the 90s, or no, not the 90s, in the 2000s broke the story that John Edwards, who was then running for president, had like a baby. So like they do actual reporting. They chase people around with cameras. But their commercials were very famous in the 80s. And they were almost all celebrity stuff. And then there'd be one crazy story. So here's an example.
Why has Don Johnson dumped his longtime girlfriend? Inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know.
Can yellow chase your blues away? This week's National Enquirer tells you what are the hottest parts of the hot new book on Ingrid Bergman. What common prescription drugs can cause memory loss?
It's in the
Enquirer. How did Dolly's court ordeal become the worst nightmare of her life? An Enquirer exclusive, plus over 100 features for people with inquiring minds.
like me.
So you see it uses the technology from the cars. You might think that really early computer green screen stuff, and the visuals are a completely literal interpretation of the words they're saying. So here's another one.
Wait! Before you go on,
yeah,
like me, wasn't it always like a celebrity at the end who said like me?
No, it was supposed to be like everyday people,
Oh,
shoppers.
okay.
I want to know.
Rube's like me. Yeah.
Why do psychics predict? A spaceflight for Miami Vice stars, a volcano that erupts diamonds, inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know.
Bill Cosby lost at sea, Lucille Ball brings back I Love Lucy, this week's National Enquirer tells you. What are January's best food buys? How can anyone look more attractive?
It's in the Enquirer.
Why was Connie Francis committed to a psycho ward? Find out in the Enquirer. Over 100 features for people with inquiring minds.
Like me.
Okay, and so I took the zany parts from 20 commercials and cut them together as this.
Okay.
What did Boy George reveal about his battle with heroin in an exclusive interview? Inquiring minds want to know.
I want to know.
How to spot signs of tampering in drugs. How can you avoid 8 diet-wrecking thoughts? This week's National Enquirer tells you. What secret signals attract the opposite sex? Can you get more out of life by breaking the rules?
It's in the Enquirer.
What's the wrong and right way to feed your dog? Why do experts believe we can talk to the dead?
It's in the Enquirer.
What are 2 surefire tricks to become more creative?
It's in the Enquirer.
Did President Eisenhower have a secret meeting with space aliens?
It's in the Enquirer.
Why do modern men prefer pushy women?
It's in the Enquirer.
Do some doctors say marijuana can make teenage boys feminine?
It's in the Enquirer.
How can your family avoid fights over money?
It's in the Enquirer.
And why are space aliens giving Earth people messages? Find out in the Enquirer. Over 100 features for people with inquiring minds.
Like me.
But I
Those
think
are amazing.
every one of those should be a thumbnail for a future episode. The Boy George fighting a syringe in a boxing boxing ring.
It was just that was exhausting. So many questions.
So I know where you can get the answer from the National Enquirer.
Oh, I'm gonna pick one up tomorrow.
Why is Ernest giving away $10,000? All right, so should we throw
Vern.
you know what I mean? Should we throw to Steve from last week?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we're going into a time machine. This is Steve with a new jock sham.
It's a jock sham, jock sham, jock sham, jock sham. Boring you with a signature drawl. It's a jock sham, jock sham, jock sham, jock sham. This rap is done, now it's over to you.
Now it's over to you, Steve. Where are you actually right now?
What state jingle flag are you holding up there?
No, this is Scotland. Greetings from Scotland, everyone. Sorry I couldn't make the show today, but I'm in Scotland, so apologies.
Scotland. What are you doing there right now? Do you think? Like what?
I am sleeping
right now? Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, 100%. I'm five hours ahead. Otherwise,
I was hoping you'd
with
say you
guys.
were Frenching, but you know.
No, my wife's not going on the trip, so she's
but you still
home with the baby.
Do you ever like when you're by yourself? Like, do you like maybe like French by yourself? Like, do you like hold up your hand to like your mouth and like
No.
No?
Have you been to France with your wife?
I have multiple times.
What do you call it when you're there?
Ooh. Oh, sorry.
Just when we're there, we just call it kissing.
What I'm saying is like you could hold your hand together like this, and then put like one of your fingers in like that, and then you put it up to your, and then you can pretend like you're Frenching. I don't know.
All right, Steve, what do you got for us today in the realm of jock shams?
Well,
you're broadcasting from across the pond.
I'm glad, yeah. So I went out and I tried to find a Scottish jock sham for you guys all since I wasn't going to be there. And I found this one, and it's a true jock sham in the sense of like I had no idea what this commercial was for. I am going to put it to you guys to try to guess. I will stop it at a certain point and see if you can figure out what this commercial is for. This is a Scottish advert, they call it.
Advert.
They don't call them commercials. Interesting.
Or an advertisement. They abbreviate it kind of. Cousin subs.
Yeah, they got cousins over there. Iron Brew.
Iron Brew is almost a commercial on shows. Iron Brew's got a lot of good ones.
Is that a New Zealand thing?
So I thought so too, but I think this is actually something that comments. This is the Tonga one. the Tonga war dance.
We should have one of those.
Here's the Scottish.
A big Jeopardy ordinance. Some kind of canned haggis or entrail product. Whatever it is, it's boiled inside a sheep's stomach.
Or like a boner pill or something, Cialis or something.
Prostate.
They're showing off their boners.
All
prostate beauty
excellent,
contest.
all excellent guesses, but of course, because it's Scotland, it is for a Scotch whiskey. How that ties into Scotch whiskey, I don't know.
Oh, stereotypes.
But maybe yes.
Or maybe like once you get drunk enough, like then you're gonna like flash your wiener all over the place.
That might happen.
Know.
In fact, we played
Steve,
the Fringe Festival. And, yeah, that happened quite a bit actually.
I know you do that a lot, Steve, but like
no, not me.
Yeah.
Well, you're not there with your wife, so you might have to French your hand, like Joe suggested.
Yeah.
It's called scotching, by the way.
Oh yeah.
You French your hand.
Steve, happy Scotch away. We'll see you next week.
It's a jock sham, jock sham, jock sham, jock sham. Boring you with a signature drawl. It's a jock sham, jock sham, jock sham, jock sham. This rap is done, now it's over to you.
He loves his Frenching.
Sure does.
Hey, I got some IMGs I want to show you guys. Take a look.
Electronic video transmission uploaded with no intention, harvested semi-ethically. Welcome to IMG.
All right, these are the least popular videos on the internet. These are all from YouTube. They all have IMG in the title, and they have very few views. Not a lot of people have seen these. So this one, I got this entire harvest from this person named Fraser from New Zealand. And Fraser wrote, I've been harvesting IMGs privately for years now, and I've graciously decided to share some of my collection with you and the Melindas. These are the absolute top tier. You won't find IMGs like these anywhere else. And Fraser's right. Like these are fantastic IMGs. And I didn't even go through the entire email. These are just like the top 4 or 5 on there. So there's a gold mine here. First up, we got IMG 2704, 21 views on this one. Fraser called it Man Tries to Remember a Rap He Did. And I want Melinda Mixers to take note of this. I'm going to ask you guys to observe silence during this so that we don't disturb the Melinda Mixers. There could be a potential rap in here. All right, listen closely. Man tries to remember a rap he did.
Cameron wants to rap.
Okay. So, am I supposed to do something?
Yes, sing it now.
Okay. What did I say?
Having some fun.
We're having some fun.
We're having some drink.
We're having some drink.
We're having some sun. We're having some sun.
Having some sun. That I don't know what to think.
So he finally remembered the rap.
With a lot of prompting.
I think he's actually a really good
I
rapper,
loved it.
personally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think he's really good. I'd like to see what the Melinda Mixers, if they can actually make that into like a competent sounding rap.
Yeah,
Like,
chopped
that would-
and screwed or some kind of cool treatment to that one. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah.
I think there's something there. All right, this is another Melinda Mixer one. So Melinda Mixers, take note, and I'm asking again, observe silence during this one. This is 2724. It has 69 views. French dressing label harvesting machine makes hypnotic rhythm. That's Fraser's title. French dressing label harvesting machine makes hypnotic rhythm. Here we go. Couldn't you see that like mashed up with the guy trying to remember the rap that he did?
Yeah, and it's like an ASMR video too. It was very
It
soothing.
is.
Yeah.
It's a little bit longer than that too. Actually, the whole thing was really good, but I figured I'd just chop it down a little bit. But I think we have enough now for a wrap to be formed from the Melinda mixers. So hopefully some of them are watching.
Those are the
All right.
ingredients.
IMG 2049. This has 4 views, and Fraser said she's barefoot and pregnant, and she loves to eat guitars.
Good title.
All right, listen closely. Observe silence.
And I'm barefoot and pregnant, and I love Dean guitars.
I think she said I love doing guitars.
No, I think it was
Dean guitars.
No. She said she's barefoot and pregnant. She loves to eat guitars. That's what she said. And
You
don't
do get
question
those
it.
weird cravings, I think. Like,
Yes.
what
That's
I've
true.
heard.
That is true. Yeah.
Pickles
Exactly.
ice cream.
Don't question it. IMG 005. And Melinda Mixers can toss that one into the song too.
They will.
This one is IMG 0050. 258 views on this one. Strangely mysterious soundtrack. And this I put into the category of incongruous or perfectly congruous. Is the soundtrack that you're going to hear incongruous to the video that you're seeing, or is it perfectly congruous? There we go. That's it. That's the
Okay.
whole video. Yep. It's like 6 seconds long.
Foreboding.
Yeah?
It's congruous, and that is a clip from a movie about a drill that is a private investigator, and it's thinking about the clues. It's sort of like right before the commercial, the second to last commercial.
Okay, I didn't see the sleuth's sleuth hat on.
Yeah. Wow.
So I did. That's why I didn't know
It's
that.
implied.
All right, last up, we got IMG. This is the last one. We're ending strong on this one here. IMG 0086, 32 views. Fraser called this one, Maybe I Wasn't Recording.
Maybe I wasn't recording.
Digging up the turnstile, people love to see us. IMG minus.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
Maybe I Wasn't Recording. Could that be IMG of the year right there? I think it could be.
That should be the end of the song, made with
Like
the other clips.
The whole family's having fun. I was maybe I wasn't recording.
That's how the Zapruder film is.
and then they're like, I'm gonna upload that to YouTube.
Yeah, and not title it.
And I'm gonna get 32 views for it somehow.
Wow, Fraser has left the building.
Yeah, there's gonna be more Fraser next week. So yes,
Well done.
Fraser's a genius.
All right, we're running long, but I think we have time for a couple nice things. I just wanted to point out, we mentioned that we're doing a show in New York, and so Joby, who is a viewer and I think does something with the internet, right? Like
what?
Is a programmer of some
Does
sort.
something with the internet?
Well, what I mean is he made a website for melinda-con.com. So look, August 19th through 20th, people are flying in. They have hotel information. We haven't organized any of this. All we're doing is we're opening our office from 3 to 5 p.m. before our Volume 10 show at the Bell House in Brooklyn. And everyone's invited for that. And then the next day at the Brooklyn Alamo Draft House, we're doing a Chop and Steel screening with a live show afterwards. And we just worked out something where Caitlin is going to come out before the open house, and we're going to do a show at a very small venue. It's going to be a live version of Saturday Morning Cartoons. We're announcing it here for the first time.
Yeah. So here's the thing. We should have talked about this beforehand, but I think we have to figure out, because it's like, I think it seats 45 people. So if we have more than 45 people, not everybody's going to be able to go to this. So I think that we're going to have to do some sort of registration thing coming up here.
Yeah.
So
and I think patrons will get first access to that. That's at that address there.
Yep. Patrons will have first dibs at it. And we just saying all patrons, or?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. All patrons will have first dibs at the Saturday Morning Cartoon live. We've never done a live one before. I was thinking, like, that could be weird, couldn't it? Like, would you be playing to the audience, or would you be playing to, like, the internet audience? You know what I mean?
I think it's just going to be a live show, right? We're not going to record it.
Oh, we should record it. Absolutely, we should record that.
All right, then we need a crew. But
I'm just used to being able to like put my head really close up to the screen while we're watching the cartoon, so I could notice all the dumb things in it. So this is going to be interesting.
Yeah. No, we'll figure something out. We got to record this some way. Am I banned from this, Nick? Ask Christopher. Nick, is that the?
Yes, Christopher should stop watching this show. That's my advice. Yeah. But yeah, so that's going to be fun. And what else? Any other nice things to?
Yeah, I got this in the mail from Dennis from San Francisco. Sent some Legos of us. I don't know like how you get this done, but like this is me, a Lego of me. Look at, and then my accessories are like VHS tapes. You see
Whoa.
that? Like look at that. That kind of looks like me, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, got a little facial hair going on there.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. Who's this? Is this Steve? I think this must be Steve. No.
What?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
Oh no, that's him. That's Dennis. This is Dennis's character.
That looks like Dennis. Yeah.
Yes, that actually does look like Dennis. Here's Nick. Where's you?
Oh, he found a little pug. Oh, and a pug costume.
That actually kind of looks like you. That's pretty good.
Wearing
actually.
a pug shirt. Yeah, that checks out. Got a hat on.
Yeah, some pug shit. Yeah.
Yep.
Then what else we got? Oh, a bunch of VHS tapes. Right there.
Wow, Lego VHS tapes.
Yeah, Lego VHS tapes. Here's a Chop and Steel one. Like, look, here's Chop with a baseball bat.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and here's Steel with some Zubas.
Oh,
that
wow.
Looks like you.
These are very accurate.
Yeah,
amazing.
Good,
way too small of a shirt. Yeah.
What is that? Oh, that's a basket, I think.
Yeah, stomp on the basket. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. So thank you, Dennis, for those nice things.
Wow, everybody's so nice. Thank you, everybody. If you have nice things, by the way, you could send them to us at that address. But don't go nuts. You know, we got a lot of stuff in the office.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's piling up over here. And you know what? Maybe we should do some giveaways of nice things at MelindaCon.
Yeah, I think we will.
Here.
We'll have some fun giveaways. We'll have like a free box.
To lighten the load a little bit. There we go. Those are nice things. All right. Some announcements. Saturday Morning Cartoons, episode 100. We've done 100 episodes of Saturday. Is that for real? Did you guys actually count them?
Yep.
Okay. Are we just saying it's 100?
No.
We could do that too.
It both is 100 and we're saying it's 100.
Okay.
Both
And
things at once.
And Caitlin's joined us for that one, and we do this. We do quiz shows. We do trivia questions to each other, and that was super fun. I had tears in my eyes on that one. So that's a good one.
That was a good one.
It's a Saturday morning. Check that out.
New Midnight Rental dropped last week. Bobcat Goldthwait's in it, and he's really funny. Good interview. It's all about Tales from the Crypt, so we invite you to check that out. And what else?
Cinematic's mom still needs some teeth. But I never have there's a GoFundMe. Look up Cinematic. We got to put it in the. I never have this prepared.
It's
I'm
in
sorry,
it's in the notes now.
Is it in the notes?
Yeah, on YouTube or Facebook.
Okay.
It's in the notes. Yeah.
A regular Melinda from day one, Cinematic, his mom needs some teeth, and so he started to GoFundMe, and we're going to help with that, but we're going to tie it in with a raffle that we have because I'm getting rid of all the teeth that were sent to me over the years. For some reason, I started collecting teeth. I don't exactly remember why, but I got a lot of teeth in the mail, and in my top drawer is full of actual human teeth, and I'm giving them all away. Look at this. Wait, put it back up on me. So we've been getting some good ones. Look at this. Somebody sent this one in. This is going in the hopper. Look at this. We're getting some great letters here. The hopper's getting full. Look at this one too. This is a cool one. I don't know if I already showed that one, but
this is beautiful mail art. Yeah.
I know. I love getting mail art like this. So it's called I Want Joe's Collection of Human Teeth and I Want It Now sweepstakes. So send your letters in. I think after 4th of July, whatever show is after 4th of July, we're going to pull one out of the hopper and you can win all the human teeth. Not the rabbit teeth, the human teeth from this top drawer here. So
important distinction. I also want to mention on TikTok, for whatever reason, the fake training video that Joe and I directed back in 2001 blew up.
Wait, say all that again. You cut out for a half a second.
The fake training video we made. It was called Gas and Fuel Employee Training Video number 4A, Making It Happen. It blew up online. Like TikTok played a clip from it, and I think people think it's real. They think like certain parts of it are real, even though to us it was like aping all the crappy training videos we had to watch in our crappy jobs. But I guess it was too real because people think it's real, and so it made the rounds of people going, "Can you believe this was in a '90s training video?" Well, it wasn't really, but
yeah, it was a fake gas station for a training video for a fake gas station that Nick and I wrote, and we made it a 30-minute short before. It wasn't that short, but it was 30 minutes because we just, we took inspiration from the McDonald's training video. And so we would just like writing, it was like fulfilling a fetish for us. Like we were like writing our own training video, and then we got to shoot it, and we shot it on 3/4-inch U-matic, like on this weird camera, and we cast, like we auditioned people. We put some money into this thing, and I'm really proud of it. It was really good, but we made it way too long. It was 30 minutes long, and we screened it. We could tell that people were getting bored by it. And so we cut it down to like 7 minutes. And we've shown that in the past, the 7-minute version. But recently, some TV channel asked if they could get the original footage of the gas and fuel training video. And I didn't tell them it was fake. I was like, yeah, absolutely. We shot that. And I was just like, yeah, you can, and they're going to pay us some money if it airs. But I had to watch all that. I had to digitize it. And I watched the whole 30-minute version. And Nick, it's funny. Like there's some funny parts in there.
Up because I don't. Yeah, I haven't seen the whole thing probably in 20 years. So
yeah, no, it's actually pretty good. So I thought let me just show you a clip here. We took some swings. Like we tried. So here's one of the swings we took. You tell me if this is funny or not. It might.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, here's a scene from Gas and Fuel Employee Training Video number 4A, Making It Happen.
Welcome to the Gas and Fuel Locker Room. One of the first things customers notice is the way you look, your appearance. Take a look.
He looks friendly, inviting. I think I'd trust him to do a good job.
Now, look at this.
Yikes. No, thank you. I'll take my business elsewhere.
Exactly. That's why we had to fire our last wide receiver, Dennis. Chris, appearance really does make a difference.
Yeah, so that's a little taste of some of the stuff that got cut out of the finished one. A
lot of airplane-style gags, yeah. And I think
actors are great, by the way.
Yes, they're outstanding. And I messaged the guy who played Chris, the trainee there, and I asked him if he would watch the full version with us. So I think over the next 2 weeks we're going to watch it in two parts on our EP mode.
I hope so.
So if you are a Patreon backer, let's come and watch the full version. I don't think many people have seen that before, so we're excited to.
I watched it and I didn't remember half these jokes, and there's just like I think the 30-minute version is the way to watch it too, because these training videos are always too long.
They overstay their welcome, so I think that's perfect for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, what are we gonna get out on? I talked about the where is it? Oh yeah, aerobicize.
What are we?
Yeah, I think we're going to get out on some some hypnotic aerobicizing ladies with cool 1981 video effects.
Okay.
But until next week, when I'll have a better microphone, we'll be right back right after these words.
I'd like to apologize on behalf of Nick because that was painful for my ears to hear. I'd like to thank Caitlin for joining us today, filling in the Steve void. I completely forgot that Steve was even here, or that we were missing him.
That's what you said about Nick on Saturday last week.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no. I just want to steer the ship myself. That's all I really want. So, but here's the thing: if we had been prepared, we could have done better.
Support the Melindas who live with us at a video store near you on Instagram, and I farted in my pants.
Great. Fantastic.
What am I, some kind of picnic nut? Yeah.
Okay, great.
All right. Oh, boy. Trippy as hell.
return, Dr. Selner will complete the bunion surgery.
Yes, those are his pajamas he's wearing.
All right, I gotta go.
That's all. That's it.
Let me see that one.
Rocks are done. Gotta sleep. Bye.
That's it. That it done.
We did our best. If we'd been prepared, we could have done better.
What do you think about Bibra?
About what?
In A.
My nose isn't for yuck anymore.
Ooh.
That's all I'm doing.
Cheerio. Have a good day.
Tinkerbell!
We'll be right back right after that. Good luck from all of us at Hagen.
And Kurt Polster, the real great guy.
Night, night.
Goodbye.
Jim's coins in Hilldale.